of you have been joining us for the first two webinars that we've had. And our main goal has been to, just empower and impact the data science community and provide people who are new to this field with resources, with tips on how they can navigate their careers in data science. So I won't speak much on it because I have my team with me here today. Maybe they can just turn on their videos and wave. They'll introduce themselves during their section. So I have Paul over there, he's waving. He's joining us all the way from South Africa. And Darius. Darius is one of our awesome alumni and a really, really, really strong ambassador for Zindi as well. Hi, Darius. He's joining us from Kenya. All right. So a few house rules. If you have been a repeat attendee, you know how we do. You know how we do at Moringa. We like our events, our webinars, our workshops to be very engaging and interactive. So we are asking that while our facilitators are speaking today, our speakers are speaking today, kindly just be on mute. And if you have questions, drop them down on the chat box and we'll be able to respond to your inquiries. Then we are asking you to be very present today. It's a 1-hour workshop. So bring all your attention, bring all your focus, and get as much as you can from the time you will be here. Then lastly, we're asking you to learn and enjoy, learn and enjoy basically, and just keep engaging with us. If you have any questions you'd like our speakers today to address, you can always raise your hand, use the reactions. There's a button there on your screen that's kind of like a raised hand emoji. So use that or type in the chat box and then we'll be able to help you address or like engage with the speakers directly. Great. So that's pretty much for in terms of like the house rules. So today, it's going to be a workshop. We are hoping that it will be as practical as possible. Darius will be taking us through, he'll be taking us through how to build a data science portfolio through the resources and the opportunities that are provided on Zindi. Yeah, so forgive me for the background noise. There's a bit of construction where I live, but I hope you can hear me. Please confirm if you can hear me on the chat box. And before Darius comes on and takes us through what he has in store for us today, I would like to invite Paul. He'll tell us more about who he is, what he does, and he will also, give us a walkthrough on Zindi Africa and the community. Welcome, Paul.
Thank you so much, Sasha. If you can just let me know if you guys can hear me okay, that would be very helpful. Let me just spotlight. Okay, cool. I see a thumbs up. Thank you so much. Great. So hello, everyone, and welcome to this joint, my video there a little bit. Welcome to this joint event, the third in the series of events that we're hosting between Zindi and Moringa School. It's been really awesome to collaborate with Moringa School, so I'd like to start by saying a big thank you to Sasha for helping to organize that, and thank you to Moringa School for always being such an amazing partner to Zindi. So I'm going to start at the beginning. My name is Paul Kennedy. I'm Zindi's Chief of Staff. Until quite recently, I was community manager at Zindi, responsible for growing and engaging with our amazing community all over Africa and in fact all over the world. I've recently moved into a Chief of Staff role, which is a little bit more focused on Zindi's own internal operations, but I still very much make the Zindi community my business. So I like to think of myself as the champion and actually as the servant of all of our amazing Zindians all over Africa, all 33,000 of you and growing. So yeah, as I said, it's a pleasure to be here. We've been really grateful to Moringa School for just want to spotlight myself. There we go. Yeah, it's been amazing to work with Moringa School to bring Zindi to more people, and I know that most of you are probably seasoned Indians already, if not already masters and racing up the leaderboard. So thank you all for coming. Thank you also to Darius for joining. Darius is a Moringa School alumni, but he's also as close as we get to a Zindi master. We don't quite have Zindi grandmasters like they have on Kaggle, but if we had grandmasters, Darius would definitely be one of them. He knows all the tricks. So thank you very much to Darius for always being such an awesome member of our community, and I'm sure you're going to learn a lot from him. I'm not going to talk too much today. I'd like to give Darius as much time as possible to help you guys learn and grow on Zindi. But I want to talk a little bit and very briefly about why we do what we do. So I'm sure you all know the quote from Leila Jamar that talent is equally distributed, but opportunity is not. It's a quote that comes up very often, especially in respect to Africa and African tech. And that quote is really at the heart of why we started Zindi and what keeps us coming back to Zindi every day. It's the fact that there is just incredible talent all over Africa, just waiting for the right opportunities. So Zindi really, our values and our mission really is in the interest of giving opportunity to all those people in the data science space, opportunities that everybody should be afforded. And so, and really what that means, or what stems from that, is that Zindi is its community. Zindi lives and dies, and Zindi's successes and its failures are all linked to its community. So you guys are the lifeblood of what makes Zindi great, and that sort of that sense of community first colors everything that we do. So I'm thrilled to be able to talk to some of you today and encourage you to keep learning and growing with Zindi. I wanted to touch briefly on some of our plans around making Zindi an even better place to grow and to learn and to build your career. There's been a lot of change at Zindi in the last little while. We recently secured a funding round. The team is growing really fast, and we've got some really, really big changes planned for the platform. And all of our development and all of our plans in future are aimed at making it a better platform for all of you, because we know that if we can build up our community and help you guys succeed, we know that we will succeed as a business. So specifically what that means, I'm sure many of you have seen that we've had a redesign recently. A large part of that redesign was in the interest of making the platform more user-friendly and easier to use and more easier to understand, really. But you should also have seen that we've made changes to the discussion forums, we've made changes to the jobs board and how that works, and there's changes to the learning center, and those changes are going to keep coming. We plan to make Zindi a much more rewarding place to be for all of you in terms of new ways to earn points, ways to earn achievements and gain recognition. We plan to really build out the learning center to make Zindi a place for all of you to learn, get qualifications, and those qualifications will start to reflect in your profiles as well. So in the next 12 months or so, we expect that you'll be able to use your Zindi profile as a CV. We already have certificates on the platform, and if you don't know how to find your certificate, I'm sure Darius can show you. Otherwise, you can pop me a message in the chat and I'll show you how to find that. So that's already a way that you can share your achievements on Zindi, but you can expect much more. You can expect really Zindi to start to become the LinkedIn of your data science career. And if you have ideas about how you think that should work, things that you'd like to see on the platform, we really always want to hear from you as our community. As I say, everything we do is for you, and so we want to know if it's working. If there's things that work on the platform that you love, or there's things that don't work that you wish we would change, we'd love to hear it. So I am going to leave my email address in the chat, and I really welcome hearing from all of you. We love to hear from our community members, whether it's good feedback or bad feedback. It's all important to us. I'm not gonna talk any longer because I'd really like to give Darius a chance. I'm not going to be able to answer questions live. I do see some comments and questions in the chat. I will answer those questions while Darius is talking. So if you do have any questions or comments or anything that you'd like to share, please do put that in the chat. I'll stay there and I'll keep answering them. And for now, I just want to finish by saying that, as always, you're all very welcome on Zindi. You're very welcome to this webinar. And I encourage you to keep learning and keep growing and to get as much as you can out of Darius' session as well as out of Zindi. Thank you all for being a part of what we do. And that's all from me. Over to you guys.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Paul. How I wish this was a physical event. You know, this is the time you tell people a round of applause. Let's appreciate Paul.
I'll have to imagine it. I must say, I miss physical events so much. I would much rather be talking to you all in the same room and be able to have conversations afterwards. My favorite part really is when you finish a talk, people can come and talk to you and you can have individual interactions. So that's why I say I'll leave my email address. Please send me an email. We can have a chat anytime.
Yeah. Awesome.
Thanks,
thank you so much, Paul. I can see a couple of people are already clapping, so thank you. Thank you for taking advantage of tech and appreciating Paul. So at this point, I think I'll just welcome Darius. He will be our co-facilitator today. So Darius, kindly introduce yourself in length, because you're pretty awesome, honestly. On my end, for the 1 year I've known you, gosh, I don't think it's 1 year. I think you joined Moringa in 2019. You're among our first students when we introduced the data science program back in 2019 September, right? And you have been nothing but phenomenal. I have really admired your journey and the work that you do, even in the data science community, outside Moringa School. So yeah, I won't say much. His profile speaks for himself. So Darius, this is your chance. Please introduce yourself and what people can expect from today's workshop.
Thank you, Sasha, for the kind compliments. So my name is Darius Moruri. I'm a proud alumni of Moringa School. Yeah, I know most of you guys are from Moringa. I started off my data science career in Moringa. That's why I got to practice, to know what data science really is. So today I'll be taking you through how to build a compelling data science portfolio. By the end of this presentation, I hope you'll come out with something that you apply in your real life as you continue with your data science journey. So let me just share my screen. Maybe you can confirm whether you can see my screen.
Yes, we can.
Thank you, Sasha. So welcome. For data scientists in our current world, for you to get to be noticed by potential employers, it's like a must nowadays that you have a data science portfolio. I think that's how you can differentiate yourself from other data scientists. So this agenda is going to be about me, which I've already talked about, and then I'll share my data science journey, and then we discuss on what's a data science portfolio. I'll go through the Zindi website, how to join competitions, how to compete, how to leverage Zindi as a data science portfolio tool. Also, we'll go through GitHub on how you should clean your code, how you should present it, because most employers, usually they go through your GitHub page and check out your projects. Also, we'll go through the LinkedIn profile, how you can add your Zindi certificates, your accomplishments from Zindi on LinkedIn. And also, finally, we'll go through a digital footprint, like if you search your name on maybe Google, what are the results? Because usually nowadays, when you apply for a job, the employers, they go through Google and the social media platforms to check you out. So about myself, I'm an artificial intelligence fanatic. I'm very passionate about data science, machine learning, and deep learning. And I hope you guys are also fanatics. That's why I joined Moringa, and that's why I want to compete on Zindi. So I'm a Bachelor of Economics graduate from the University of Nairobi. I'm also hoping to do my master's soon on computer science, hopefully, from the University of Nairobi. Also, I'm a certified accountant. That's ACCA, Association of Chartered Certified Accountants. And finally, I'm a Zindian. So from my profile, you can see that I don't have a background in computer science or any related course to computer. But if you are passionate about something and you have the desire to work, to try and get the skills, everything is possible. Yeah. So if you have any questions, you can raise your hand or you can feel free to ask. That's okay. So my data science journey. Before I joined Moringa School, I was a customer service manager at Standard Chartered Bank. One day, I saw the Tala app. I'm sure that everyone knows that app. It's an app that provides short-term loans. So how the app works is that there's no one to score you or to try and get your risk grade, whether you qualify to get a loan or not. Everything is automatic. It's automated. It's just an app you download, install, and then give some permissions, maybe to your call log, to your messages, to your maybe data balances. Yeah. So I was very curious on how that app works and how it was competing the banks. So I realized that it was through artificial intelligence, also through machine learning. So when I read about how the app works, I was very excited. I decided to resign from my job and then started my data science journey. So that's how I come about Moringa. Moringa was the only school that was offering data science courses or a bootcamp here in Nairobi, Kenya. So that's how I joined Moringa. I joined prep and then also I did core. I get to meet some awesome friends and network. I built my network. Also, it was like my data science background. So it was during this time at Moringa that I stumbled upon Zindi. So Moringa, usually you get to know how stuff works, like the data science basics, like building models, trying to mitigate some nuisances like overfitting, But now Zindi gives you a platform to practice, to really practice it and test your skills to know whether whatever you're learning in Moringa is applicable or how you can use it in the real world. So I started competing on Zindi. I started off with some simple competitions, and then through the process of learning and researching and collaborating with other Zindians, I managed to win some competitions, and the process, I improved my skills greatly. So it was also through Zindi that I got a job at Airco, Uganda. So there was a competition we were doing on Airco. Me and my team, we came in second, and then we were given an option to deploy the model that we built. So it was an awesome experience. So after that, I've been doing some freelancing. So it's good that you should showcase your skills. So for example, when I win competitions, I post them on my LinkedIn. Yeah. And also I tag Zindi. So some guys who need some work done, like how to build a model, or they need a mentor. So I've been freelancing on that. And then Zindi also recognized that I've really grown in my data science skills, and they gave me a job. I worked there for like a month or so. After that, Equity Bank came calling. So currently I'm a data scientist at Equity Bank, Kenya. Any questions so far? Maybe in the chats. Okay. So to today's topic, what's a data science portfolio? Yeah. So basically, or simply put, that a data science portfolio is a collection of data science projects. Yeah. So whenever you apply for a job, yeah, you are supposed to show that you are capable. You have the skills to do that job. And in today's market, it's very competitive to get a job. So how do you stand out from the rest of your peers? It's through a data science portfolio. So usually a data science portfolio should showcase your technical skills. For example, what tools are you familiar with? Yeah. Which tools do you use to manipulate and wrangle data? So for Moringa, I think for me, back then we used Python, R, and SQL. I think you guys are learning the same. So you get a chance to showcase like how good are you at Python, R, or SQL. And then there's also an opportunity to show your creativity. Usually they say that there are more ways of killing a rat, yeah, or something of the sort. So what was your general approach? What's your general approach to solving a problem? Let's say you are given a task of classification of churning customers. Yeah. How do you approach that problem? So most employers are very interested to see how you break down the problem in small bits and then tackle that. Also, there's the collaboration part. So it's very rare for you to work on a data science project alone. Usually you have a team of software engineers, software developers, yeah? So you have to know how to collaborate, how to talk to them. I can give an example of my current job. So usually we create machine learning models. An example is the credit scoring model. So after tuning, creating a very good model, I have to pass that on to the software engineering team and developers. So they're the ones that will deploy that model so that it can be live. So there's an opportunity for you to showcase this through GitHub or Omdina. So GitHub, you can collaborate with your peers or with their fellow Zindians on Zindi. Finally, on presentation of findings. So a portfolio gives you a chance to show your EDA, exploratory data analysis skills. You can show this through W, Power BI, Python or R, and the rest. So in Moringa, our project also was on Tableau. We were supposed to create an app, and you can make it public so that potential employers can see it. Yeah. Also, in Zindi, there are competitions for visualizations, basically. So you can get to compete on that, and then also you can share yourselves with the employers. You can move to how to showcase your data science portfolio. So there are many avenues on how to showcase your portfolio. Zindi is one of them. So each time you compete on Zindi, you are ranked according to the position or rank against all other Zindians. So if you are in top 10, you are given points, and then you can rank higher than other Zindians. After all this, also Zindi has a certificate. So you can download that certificate and share it with their potential employers. Also, you can share that through LinkedIn or GitHub as a link to another potential employer. GitHub also is an avenue, LinkedIn, Medium, and if you have time and the skills, you can also build your own personal website as a portfolio. So the major part of this presentation, that's Zindi. I call it the Zinda Universe because it's more than just a platform for competing. Yeah, it provides you with lots of benefits. One of them being improving your data science skills. Through Zindi, you get to collaborate with people across the world. Yeah, for majority of my competitions that I've won, I've managed to meet some awesome individuals from India to France to Nigeria, even here in Kenya. So by competing in Zindi, you get to exchange ideas, yeah, and then also you get to meet some awesome people. Also, when competing, when you win, yeah, you get to, these are monetary awards, so they're very sweet. I urge you all to go and start competing, not necessarily for the monetary awards, but for the improving your skills part. So Moringa provides you the theoretical part of learning data science, and Zindi gives you the opportunity to practice those skills. I could say that Zindi is like your first job because it gives you a real world task to solve or problem to solve. And then if you manage to solve that problem well, you are paid. You are paid in terms of monetary awards, recognition by your peers and potential employers. You get to network and meet some awesome data scientists across the world. And finally, you get to build your data science portfolio over time. So I can give an example of myself. I've participated in almost 20 plus competitions, and they vary in degree of difficulty and across many disciplines. So from geospatial problems to just simple regression and classification tasks, also to natural language processing. So I urge you all to just give it a try. Go on Zindi, join, log in, and then start your data science journey on Zindi. So let me just take you through the Zindi website.
Darius, there are a couple of questions in the chat box. Maybe you can look at them as you go through the, before like you, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true. So on Zindi, usually now, before you are given points after winning, but nowadays, irrespective of just by competing, you get points. And then if you relax and you don't compete as regular as before, your points are, I don't have the right word, but eroded. How can I say this? Depreciated. It's like a depreciation. So you have like 1,000 points. I don't know the exact formula. And then you spend like 2-3 months down the line, you have not competed. Your points will depreciate. Yes, I'll show you this on how the ranking of the best data scientists on Zindi. How did you find it engaging in your first project? Okay, so the first project I did, or the first competition I did, we were like a team of 6 individuals who were from Moringa. Yeah, it was a Umoja hackathon, I remember. So just by being curious, trying to compete against other people, by the virtue that we were a team, that helped me a lot in understanding what functions I should use, what packages I needed, and also from my learnings in Moringa. So usually Moringa teaches like, if you want to do a regression task, these are the regressions, or this is the library you are supposed to use. Mostly it's sklearn for Python. If you want to improve your model, you have to look at correlation, you have to handle missing values, you have to handle duplicates, all those stuff. So when we joined our first competition, we applied all those and managed to come third. So I hope that has answered your question. Okay. Other questions, I think I'll answer them at the end of the discussion or the presentation. Is that okay, Sasha?
Yeah, that's fine. We can continue.
Okay, cool. So this is the Zindi platform. Welcome to the Zinda Universe. So there are a lot of options here for competing, learning. You can join discussions. So I'll start with competing. So there are lots of competitions on Zindi. They are also ranked in terms of difficulty and reward. So for example, if you want to tackle only competitions with the monetary prize, you can just filter using this, and then you can go through the competitions and attempt the one you think you are best qualified to win. Yeah. If you are just starting off, now this new platform also has a filter for good for beginners competitions. Yeah. So you can also choose skills here, like for prediction. You can go through the challenges. Like for me, if I can give an example of myself, this was my very first competition that I joined back in 2019. Yeah, I did not perform well in this competition, but it was like a good baseline, if I can put that way. I learned that building a model is not the end. You have to know how to improve that model. You should know how to do more research. That's where domain knowledge comes in. Also, you can also filter on topics. An example is agriculture. So currently there ain't any. Also, there's an option for you to check out which competition or which country from Africa you want to solve a task. So you can go through that. If you don't have time to compete in this long, usually the competition go through like 3 to 4 months. So if you don't have that time, there are also hackathons. So nowadays we are Zindia's there are weekend hackathons. So I think they happen the first Friday or the first weekend of every month. So they're just for like 3 days. You can get to, showcase your skills by competing with other competitors. If you are very new, Zindi has a catalog of how to approach data science competitions, which skills you should improve on. Let me check this. For knowledge, I think not. It's for live or currently running competitions. So you can go out through this. There's some advice on career, like the best practices you should adopt as a data scientist. How to improve your code, how to make it more reproducible, all that. And also when you win competitions, you get to be featured on this platform. Also, this blog is shared through LinkedIn, through Medium. So you get real nice coverage. So potential employers can quickly see that you have the skills for the job. Yeah. So when I started over my Zindi journey, usually I could get stuck when tackling new competitions. this talk or discussion platform, it helps you to just ask questions. Yeah. The good thing is there are lots of skilled data scientists in Zindi. They can help you out, even with a simple thing as how to update package, how to download a package, any questions. So the thing is for Zindi, it's we try to help one another so that we can improve our data science skills. So there was a question on ranking. So in this community tab, this is where you get to see the top data scientists on Zindi. So you can get to see like Dr. Fad is the first one, followed by this, and then they're ranked according to points. When you win, you get more points. When you participate, you still get points, but they're not as much as when you win. So now there's an option for you to filter. For example, if I go like to Kenya, you can see like the top data scientists in Kenya. So currently, I'm I could not say the best, but top ranked Zindian on Kenya. And then Lawrence, number 2, and the rest. So if I were an employer and I come to Zindi to check out like who should I hire for my data science vacancy, who should I hire? So by just looking at this, I'm sure it will contact me, Lawrence, Stephen, the top 3 of the 4. So by just participating in Zindi, you have managed to outdo or outshine other data scientists. So the probability of getting a job is very high. So there are also jobs on Zindi. You should first update your profile and then participate in more competitions and I try to win them. That will increase your chances of getting a job. So also you can filter here your experience. So for example, if you're from Moringa, you're still a student, you can go with less than a year, or when you really know that you are good at data science, you have the skills, then you can go with 1 or 2 years, depending on your experience. Okay. So before I shared that Zindi also offers a way to share your the competitions you have participated in, your skills, you know. So for you to get that, you come to your profile and then go through the competitions here. And then you can see your certificate. So for example, for me, I've competed in a number of competitions. Some of them I managed to win, like for this one. So let's say there's a potential employer somewhere trying to recruit a data scientist to build models on crop yield prediction or in agriculture. If I share my certificate with him, you can see that my team ranked 1 out of 195 data scientists. This is across the globe, not just Kenya. This is across the world. So chances of me getting employed are very high. So this also showcases your different skills in different disciplines. You are aware that for data science, you can build models in natural language processing, computer vision. We have regular classification and regression models. So you can build recommendation engines so for example, for me, a potential employer can see that I can build models in agriculture. If you go to commerce, I can also build a recommendation engines, or also for something like UNICEF. For example, if I was applying for a UNICEF vacancy, and then all of the data scientists who have applied, we are on the same level, the skill set is the same. But then I show that at some point, I did a project in flood prediction. You know, I think this will set me apart from my peers, and then to be easy for me to get that job. So this certificate shows you it shows a variety of competitions you have participated in and the rank. So it's quite a good certificate to share with their employers. Something I like to talk about is if you're intimidated, if you are scared to join Zindi or to start off your journey, the best thing is to just start. That's what I can say. When you start, you're a step ahead of the others. So make a step of starting. The first time, maybe I can share myself as an example. The first competition I joined, I think I was one of the last guys there. Yeah, this one. So this was my first competition, the financial inclusion in Africa. I ranked 188 out of almost 1,000 data scientists. Yeah, but I was very curious, so I joined another competition. I managed to improve to rank 48, then 29. So you could see that there was some improvement. Yeah, and then sometimes I managed to be in the top 10. This was in the human female-headed households in South Africa. Through this, I was in top 10 consistently. And then for this one, this was my first monetary award. Yeah, we came in third, New Mozahak. From there, it has been quite good. So it's a matter of improving your skills. The earlier you start, the better. So if we start off now, by maybe by mid next year, you could have managed to improve your skills greatly. Yeah. So this is how you can share your data science portfolio, or you can build your data science portfolio through Zindi. So let me just so I'll show you how to do the same. You can share your sorry. Also, you can showcase your data science skills through Zindi by sharing them on LinkedIn. So I can give an example. There's this section for featured. You can utilize it to share your accomplishments. So let's say you have won a couple of competitions through Zindi, and then there you have some articles. Yeah, you can share them through here, so that potential employers can see that you are a skilled individual. Yeah. So for example, we can check out this one. This was so this me and Nkil, one of the Zindians, we teamed up and we won the ACO challenge, and then we were tasked to also assist in deployment. And then Zindi and Airco wrote an article about us. So it's a great opportunity for you. It's a good coverage, if I can say that way. So if I'm in a team of data scientists that were looking for work, and I share a link to an article that I did not write, but what was written by someone else, yeah, I'll get an upper hand in getting the job. Also, there's an option here down here to share your accomplishments. Yeah, here. Yeah. So for every competition you participate in, you can opt to share. It's a honor to be in top 10 or to just participate in a competition. You gain a lot. So you should be proud of it, and then you can show it on LinkedIn. Next, maybe you can check out GitHub. So when you participate in Zindi, usually they ask you for your code for verification. Yeah. So the best way to do that is to first save your code in GitHub and then share a link with Zindi. Also, Moringa used to do independent projects on Fridays. I think you guys are still doing that. So you should package the independent projects in such a way that if I'm a potential employer, I can see your general idea, how you think through solving a task. Yeah. I can give an example of this project here, maybe. This is the one which, so you should update it, your README file, so that anyone who goes through your GitHub knows that this is the problem I'm trying to solve. These are the models I used. These are the metrics I used to measure the performance of my models. And then if you go through your notebook, minute tutorials. Okay. So every single step you should like do it step by step. Yeah, it's like we are walking through them. Like, this was the problem, this was my approach, this is what I did, these were the results, and all that. So make sure your GitHub page is neat, and then you document everything you do. So even for Zindi, when you win competitions, they ask you to share your code. Also, they insist on the documentation part. It has to be well documented, so that someone else can follow through. Yeah. What else was that I can share? Finally, I can talk about your digital footprint. So it's good to share your accomplishments, your data science accomplishments, so that potential employers can know more about you. So nowadays, when you apply for a job, let's say you have succeeded in like the first interview, the second, so they just want to confirm you to be an employee. So usually they can go to Google and then just check you out. So for example, here, if I can, let me just use myself as an example. So let's say I was applying for a job today, my potential employer will go to my social media or through Google and then just search for Darius Moruri. Yeah? Through this, you can see that I'm a data scientist from my LinkedIn page. Also, I've shared something about Zindi. If he's curious, you go to Zindi and then check out what is this Zindi. Also, you'll get direct access to my GitHub page, some of the competitions I've won that Zindi has published, shared articles about me. Yeah, there's also Zindi. So it's good to participate in Zindi. You'll get a lot of mileage in terms of data science. That's it from me. I see it's 6 o'clock. Maybe I can answer some questions and then. Thank you. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, guys. So it's not possible to hide your competitions, the ones that you have performed poorly. I think you are not supposed to like hide, you know. At some point, you started off as without knowing any knowledge about data science. So you take a step. Like for example, the example I shared about myself. If someone goes through my profile, they can see that my first competition was very poor. I did not perform that well. I was ranked position 188. But if they go through the profile, they can see that I improved to rank 48 to 29. So there's progress. Yeah. So I think you should not hide. On Zindi, there's only learning. So in case you don't win any monetary award, you get to interact with other as Indians, you know. Also, you get to improve your skills. The major part is improving on your skills.
Darius, can I actually chip in? It's Paul here. Because I saw, and there's another question along the same lines. Howell showing you had completed a competition ranked 257 out of 420 help a job application. And I agree with you with what you've said, like you shouldn't want to hide and progress is important. But I also want to highlight that the best data scientist for a job is not necessarily the person that wins a competition. I don't for a moment want to undermine what Darius has done and Darius, your point of being visible by winning competitions, I think is very strong. You obviously look like a great candidate. But if I think about the average employee, and we talk to a lot of people recruiting, and these, as you can see, we're offering jobs on the platform. We're figuring out how to help people recruit data scientists. They're not looking for the best data scientists in the world, but they're looking for a way for data scientists to distinguish themselves from the rest of the market. Your average entry-level data science job, people apply with no experience whatsoever. So showing that you're 260th out of 400 people isn't showing that. It's actually showing that you, out of the 400 applications that they've received, you're the only one who's gone to the effort of providing evidence of your practical skills. If I just write on my CV, oh, I can do SQL, or oh, I know how to use Python, an employer is going to throw that CV out because there's no evidence. As soon as you can say, I have submitted a working machine learning model using Python on Zindi, and I've received a score, doesn't matter what the score is, you're immediately demonstrating that you have practical skills. And that is more important than what your position is. So I just wanted to add that it's not really about where you place, especially at the beginning of your career.
Yeah, thank you, Paul. So it's also Zind is also a platform to showcase your progress, as Paul put it. So you should not be afraid. Everybody starts from somewhere. Nobody was born a data scientist. So in fact, if you show that you started off like in maybe a bad rank and then improve, it shows that you can learn new skills, which is a skill in itself, also in data science. Maybe I can answer these questions. So the current market is still learning and adapting on how to position data analysts and data science in their companies. What advice would you give to an individual who's working in such a company, especially with their first risk? Yeah. So I can give myself as an example in this one. As you saw, my background is not in computer science at all. I'm from economics. I'm also a certified accountant, but at Equity Bank, I work as a data scientist, which is computer intensive, if I can put it that way. So it's all about, nowadays, it's about skills. Yeah, more so in Kenya, you know that like in Kenya, a degree just puts you in the doorway, just one leg. Yeah. So it's the skills that put you apart. So even if your background is in agriculture or wherever, but you can showcase that you have the skills of a data scientist and you can do the job well, believe you me, you'll get the job or you'll be absorbed in whatever position you are after. So the emphasis is on the skills, and Zindi is a great platform for you to improve on your skills and then showcase them to the world. I think those are the questions. Thank you guys for your time. I hope you have learned something today. If you have any questions after this session, you can reach me out on LinkedIn. I'm Darius on LinkedIn. Thank you for your time and God bless you. Over to you, Sasha.
Thank you so much, Darius. Yeah, so I was seeing a couple of people trying to unmute themselves. So I don't know if Philo Mbura is still on. Maybe you had a question for Darius. I would like to end this session without your questions getting addressed. So please go ahead. I'll give a chance to two of you if you have questions for Darius or Paul or myself on Moringa School data science programs.
Hi, Sasha, you've mentioned me. I think I unmuted by mistake, but most of my questions have been answered. Thanks.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. Nice to hear from you. Anyone else? Questions, comments? You can also share your comments, or if you're already a Zindian, I can see you guys have a nice name. If you're a Zindian and you would like to mentor someone who's just beginning, you can see a couple of questions have been asked here. Feel free to also plug yourself. Yeah, plug yourself and how people can reach out to you if at all they need help. Yeah. So I'm giving another chance to anyone who has a comment, a question, or you'd like to plug yourself and what you do. Yes, Floyce.
Hello, hi everyone. I hope we are well. I joined in a little bit late. I just, first of all, I'd like to appreciate anyone who has spoken. Those were really great insights. And also I would like to ask, are there maybe any scholarships, or is there any way that one can get or can be absorbed by Zindi to be trained as a data scientist? If so, kindly you can help me out with that. Thanks.
Okay. Paul, would you like to take that?
Sure thing. So we do take internships, data science internships from time to time. We aren't at the moment, but I think the best solution would be to just make sure you follow our social media platforms. We always share any opportunities that we have. And we do try to share other opportunities for aspiring data scientists and data science students in Africa. So keep an eye on our socials. That's really the best place to find those things. There always will be opportunities there. I think also something else I should mention is that we do have an ambassador program. So if you are interested in being a Zindi ambassador, that is something that's a different conversation. That's definitely something we can talk about. Zindi ambassadors are community leaders. They're people who believe very strongly in the power of community or the power of data science to uplift their communities. And we very much love working together with communities like that, communities like Moringa School and Women in Machine Learning and Data Science. There's incredible communities all across Africa. So if that is something that you're interested in, you can always send me an email and I'll put you in touch with Rose, who's our community coordinator. Thanks.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Paul, for those opportunities that are being offered at Zindi. On our end, if you would like to join a bootcamp to learn data science, like you have really seen how Darius has risen through the ranks, how his journey started. It started at Moringa. Okay, it started with interest and then he joined Moringa, and I believe we played a huge part in who he is today and his skill set. So yeah, we are also, in terms of scholarships, we are also providing scholarships to those who are interested in joining Moringa in the year 2022, that is next year. So I think since this is you guys have been joining our sessions consistently, you're part of the Moringa School community, I'm gonna share this good news with you first, right? So for the women in tech who are here, very soon I will be sharing with you information on how you can apply for our Women in Tech scholarship. We recently partnered, not recently, we have been partnering with MasterCard Foundation to provide scholarships to needy students who come from like needy and financial need backgrounds. But MasterCard has graciously extended the scholarship funds and will be offering 100 scholarships for women in tech to study either data science or software engineering at Moringa School next year. So I will share that information with you first. So once you see that campaign up, it will be up on our social media. I will send it on email to our Moringa School community. Please be sure to jump on that and send in your application, right? So yeah, whatever opportunities that exist out there, be sure to jump on them. We're also not locking out the gents who are in the room. We will be running another campaign for scholarships sometime next year. And currently we're offering partial scholarships. So for instance, if you can only manage to pay 50% of the course fees, Moringa School, courtesy of MasterCard Foundation, will graciously help you pay for the balance, the 50%. I hope that's clear. That's how our partial scholarships work. So if at all you'd like to join our courses next year, we have a January 17th intake. So you can begin your application as early as now. What happens, you go to our website. I think I'll reshare the link. Then click on either you want to take a data science full-time course or a data science part-time course. Then start your application. Once you submit your application, you'll receive an assessment test. So through that, we'll be able to gauge like your basic skills or like understanding in math and statistics. Don't be scared. It's very easy. You can take that test up to 3 times. So once you qualify, you will be enrolled to Moringa. For those who would like assistance in paying for the fees, we assign admissions representatives to each student. So depending on who will be taking you through your admissions process, we'll be able to guide you in how you can get a financial aid, right? Yeah, so we do have an intake for January 17th. Please visit our website. I'm just resharing the link. For those who are interested or you know someone who's interested, be sure to share this news with them. And yeah, let's keep learning, keep growing, and producing quality tech talent for Africa. So I think we have come to the end of our webinar. And I'd like to thank each and every one of you once again for staying on up to this point and engaging and interacting with us. A special thanks to Darius for facilitating this workshop, and Paul from Zindi. It has been awesome partnering with you in this data science webinar series. We are officially coming to an end, but I know this is not the last one. We are still going to collaborate more in the future in impacting and just giving back to the tech communities. So with those closing remarks, yeah, continue to engage with us on all our social media platforms. You can follow Zindi on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter at Zindi Africa, and Moringa School at Moringa School on all social media platforms. I look forward to having you guys join our future webinars and events. Have a good evening. Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye.